In the days leading up to E3, Bethesda teased its latest addition to the Fallout franchise, Fallout 76. While the rumor mill was still pumping out guesses as to what it could be, including a battle royale game, which was proven to be incorrect, we now finally have a better idea of what to expect now that Bethesda has hit E3. And the game is pretty epic. So, what is Fallout 76? Well, it's a game that takes place entirely online. You can play multiplayer, or solo. Multiplayer is what really took center stage at the conference. You'll be playing on a server that will only feature a dozen or so other players in it, so it'll still feel like a wasteland. In addition to that, Todd Howard described the game as softcore survival. Death does not mean the loss of progression. Rather, the idea behind the game is that every player is a real person. The real person being you, the player, with more impactful consequences on the actions that you or your team make. But let's jump back for a sec. Our first glimpse of the game at E3 wasn't actually at the Bethesda conference. Rather, Todd Howard had popped by the Microsoft conference earlier that day, giving us the world premiere for the new trailer for Fallout 76, which gave us a brief lowdown on what the game would entail. Howard announced that Fallout 76 is a prequel to all other games in the series, and is the biggest one yet. It's 4 times the size of Fallout 4. Set in the hills of West Virginia, you are from Vault 76, and one of the first to emerge in the untamed and very different wasteland, as Howard described. The trailer had a lot of emphasis not only on surviving, but rebuilding America. It's set 20 years after the war, rather than the 200 years later that Fallout 4 took place in. The trailer shown at the Microsoft conference began with someone in power armor watching a mushroom cloud erupt in the horizon, and being knocked to the ground. We then got another glimpse inside of the empty Vault 76, with the remains of a party scattered everywhere, along with a banner that read, Happy Reclamation Day. We see a dweller slap on a Pip-Boy, and a montage of different areas in the West Virginia wasteland that have now settled, and a time-lapse of that power suit that previously belonged to the individual we saw at the beginning of the trailer. Then the dweller picks up its mask. All this is going on while a voiceover states that the fighting has stopped, and the fallout has settled, and you must rebuild. Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately America itself. The Bethesda conference delved deeper into this, giving us gameplay footage and some great informational Vault Tech videos breaking down the new gameplay mechanics. Fallout 76 boasts 6 different regions for you to explore, each with their own style, risks, and rewards. You can explore these regions solo, or find a few friends and explore them together. Having an adventure buddy isn't the only worthwhile reason to engage in multiplayer though. The game will be introducing a new system called Camp, the construction and assembly mobile platform. Camp lets you build wherever you want and move it to wherever you want, and it's entirely customizable. But just because you built it doesn't mean that it's safe. Enemies and threats from the wasteland can rain havoc down on your structures whenever, meaning sometimes you'll have to fight to protect the new American dream that you've built. You'll have to monitor your environment for anything out of the ordinary. Speaking of safety, Bethesda has added a neat dynamic game system to Fallout 76, nuclear missile sites, scattered all across the map, and you can do whatever you want with them. In order to get yourself a nuclear weapon to unleash, you need nuclear codes that you can either try to collect yourself, or team up with others who already have some, working towards a common goal of mass destruction goodness. Once you've gotten all the codes, you can choose wherever on the map that you'd like to send your missile, which will greatly impact other players, causing that area of land to undergo a massive fallout, which you can then explore for rare and valuable resources. But be warned, with Fallout comes consequences and lots of danger. It's also been confirmed that the game will be including some West Virginia folklore into the mix. Fans of the series freaked out a bit concerning one shot in particular from the original trailer, a flying creature with bat-like wings, that some have speculated is the Mothman, a creature that is West Virginia's equivalent to Sasquatch in lore, and was first claimed to be spotted in 1966, causing it to balloon into an urban legend. In addition to this, a recent documentary on Bethesda featured one of the artists who is working on Fallout 76 wearing a Mothman shirt. But we may have gotten an answer to this mystery. The gameplay footage at Bethesda's conference revealed a creature that looked like to be the one from the first trailer, and it's called a Scorch Beast. But considering the vast array of new and complex mutated creatures that were previewed, we're sure that there's going to be a Mothman somewhere in the mix. Now, in terms of technological advancements, the game boasts quite a few. Howard stated that Fallout 76 makes use of new rendering, new lighting, and new landscape technology, giving it 16 times the detail that Fallout 4 had. The game will have dedicated servers with only a dozen players on each server rather than hundreds, so it still feels like a wasteland. Alright, so the biggest question is, when can you play? Well, for starters, a beta will be made available soon, but the official release of the game is November 14th, 2018. A collector's edition of the game was also announced, and it comes with a whole lot of cool stuff for you to get your mitts on. Alright, there we have it, friends. Are you guys excited to play Fallout 76? Is it everything you wanted it to be and more? Let us know your thoughts in those comments below. And make sure to subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for all things E3 2018, from highlights, updates, and news. Thanks for watching, everybody.